Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another exciting evening of the PMAOWL Alpha Overwatch League. Tonight we have our our second game of the week. Tonight, this being week 4 of season 10 of the PMAOWL Alpha Overwatch League. I'm joined here in the booth with the fabulous Fire Chicken.
Hi everyone, I'm here to violate the terms of service.
Hell yes. Also joining us and running our camera operations and our scoreboards and such this evening, the wonderful Sushi Foof. So for all you'll watch and give a big shout out to him for making this whole operation run. So, Fire Chicken, what do you think we have in store tonight?
Honestly, I think this game can go either way. Um, both teams are very very good. I believe DilfHunters has the highest average SR in the league, and they do have some of the top rated players, with Edgelord being I think the only GM in the league. And they have Shaka Khan and Blue. And they have a lot of good players, but it's not to discount GeForce. GeForce has the famous Foxem, the famous ball player. Ball was banned, by the way. Iron Brew, and they. I think this will actually. I'm gonna predict. This is gonna go to map 5.
Map 5,
I predict this is
not for
gonna go.
fun, I would presume. So,
No, not for fun. We're gonna hit a 2-2 on the way up there.
all right. So, anticipating a tight and hot race. Sushi Foof, any thoughts coming in?
No, I'm excited to see it though.
All right. So do we happen to know who won the coin flip?
Let me check.
Doesn't
Nope,
appear
it
that
has
the
not
coin flip has
happened
been
yet.
made.
Oh, it has?
No, unfortunately.
I wonder what King of the Hill map we're gonna go to. Well, as far as people are concerned, there's only two apparently. There's only a
Lee Jang and
Lijiang.
Rip DePaul.
Yeah.
What can I say? There's some of the most balanced maps in the game. Probably because they're the oldest maps in the game.
I like Busan.
Busan has its
Think
merits.
yeah, I
It's
think
charming.
Busan out of all three of them is probably like the most diverse set of maps.
I think it's the best of the newest generation of maps.
Think we'll get a new map before Overwatch 2 comes out?
No,
Sad. What was the last map that came out? Paris?
No, I think it might have been Boost.
Was it?
Was
Oh,
it
it was
Busan?
Havana. Havana came out after Paris, didn't it?
Oh, yes. Someone in the chat, if you know, please tell us.
What came first, Paris or Havana? Or what came last?
All right, I've been informed that AJ is cheating at the coin toss. Therefore, he's banned.
Oh,
He's out.
guess we have to get an F in the chat for that one.
Can we get an
As the
F in the
kids
chat
say,
for AJ, who was cheating at the coin toss, allegedly?
as the kids say, you really hate to see it. Oh,
Billy's
Billy,
telling
the
us,
game goat,
Billy, truly the game goat.
the goat, the
The
greatest
goat.
of all time. Can I just mention how much I love Billy? That's all. That's all. Billy's great. I love Billy.
Yes,
Havana
bring
is the
some hype
newest
in the
one.
chat for Billy.
Havana's the newest one as of May 7th, 2019. That feels like forever ago with how the world has been
It's
going.
been a year from tomorrow
Yeah,
since the
tomorrow's
last
Havana's
snap.
anniversary. Look at there. I just checked my notifications on Twitch. I got a Valorant key. So guess I'm retiring. I'm gonna
All right.
retire at my peak of 25-10. It was nice carrying all of you guys.
All right. It will appear our first map is Nepal.
Yep. Sorry, Flamin' Hotbox. It was an honor to carry all of you guys, and see you guys in the future when Overwatch 2 comes out. I'll check in on you guys.
All right. So once again, we are stuck with Nepal this evening, but hopefully we'll get some exciting action to make up for our apparently systemic lack of map variety.
So the newest maps were Busan, then Paris, and then Havana. That would mean what? Hybrid would be next if they made a new map?
A new hybrid would certainly be interesting.
So, okay, hear me out. They should switch. Because they're doing Horizon, they since they're redoing Horizon, they should make Horizon an escort map that goes out into space.
All right. And we have ours from both captains, so let's get this game going.
Oh, I'm excited. This will be fun.
So we're gonna have two very great teams, with some of the highest rated players in the league. We're certainly a clash of titans, between Edgelord and Iron Brew, who happen to be two of the highest SR players in the league.
Yeah, Edgelord being once again Grandmaster in support, and I believe Iron Brew's peak is Masters.
That's right. Certainly one of the better wrecking ball players you'll meet out there.
Unfortunate to say, his favorite team just happens to be the Dallas Fuel.
5, 4,
That we all like to just give him some mess on.
1.
All right, it appears Blue 17. Oh, nope. Now choosing his hero, playing out the Reinhardt. Coming out with a pair of Ryan Zaryas here. Only thing differing here, the
we're going for the
DPS.
Ryan Zarya mirror, and Edgelord's going to be playing the Torb. I guess he expected someone to try to do a little backgliding. Blue does get
taking in that
Kartis.
frontline battle. They're taking all the space all over the point, and the PMAOWL separating Iron Brew from the rest of his team. Chris Helms getting caught up there, not able to save Iron Brew, and Chris Helms will get taken out by that Torb turret as point becomes active, and DilfHunters will take it. So a definitive just pushback of that other team.
I feel bad for Chris Helms. He was trying so hard to break the ice block to get to his Rai. That's dedication as a support. All of his team had left, and he was like, "No, I can save you."
Absolutely. Always a little disheartening when your team's not able to quite break that just fast enough. But here comes Blue Team one more time. And Heroic diving in on the Doofus, and here comes the Shatter from Blue 17. It gets a lot of people, and they're stunned. This team fight is over.
There's nothing
Blue
they can do.
17 carving out whatever space he wants right now.
And if you look, just getting that, winning that with just Shatters really big. As you can see, the side of DilfHunters TM has they're close to 3 more ults as opposed to they really are just close to Moira. Their Kartis has been getting just completely bullied by Blue 17 and just been unable to help build.
All right, and here comes G-Force again as the Kartis the Reinhardt trying to stay in that front line. He gets caught in a grab right in front of the Baptiste window. It's not a fun time for him, but Heroic comes diving in. He gets a punch kill on the Baptiste, but will it be enough? As Foxman goes down, and so does Heroic, so it looks like that's going to be it for this push.
I wasn't expecting them to layer both support ults right there.
Oh, and a late pick on Twigs. It's going to be nasty staggers, as there's just 20 seconds left, and G-Force coming down into last fight territory on this point. They get
like
ready
they're
to go
choosing to sort
again.
of
That
go
torch
in.
turret's firing. They're pushing onto the point. Here comes a big grab from G-Force. Baptiste Lamp, and here comes the Dragons. Fox getting 2. Heroic getting another pick on Blue 17. It's about even. Heroic taking punches here. It's just the May on point for DilfHunters, and it looks like G-Force is taking that. They will need to full hold the rest of this to cap this point, but a much-needed team fight victory right there for G-Force.
A late nano came out from Curtis. They had won the fight and just nanoed the Hanzo. See if that turns out to hurt them.
Well, the ult economy looking fairly even right now. No particular favor, not a lot of ults. That's the only ult we're going to see from Blue 17. And it doesn't look like it's going to be quite enough. Heroic using his ult there. Looks like it may not have been necessary. It's just edgelord caught down there in the inside there.
Heroic got a very early pick on DilfHunters Moira. He caught him whilst they were dropping down from the high to low ground with a well-timed punch.
The defensive positioning really playing to Heroic's strong points here as DilfHunter comes in from the top, and here's the Dragons directly at him. But it might be too close to do some real damage. Heroic getting caught between people like a pinball, and here comes the grab. There's good people caught in that. And here comes both Coalescence, but Chris Helms is walled off. Viceroy Griff getting the pick as DilfHunters is slowly pushing in. Card is caught in the goo. Blue team is all split up here as DilfHunters are taking the point back. Heroic on point trying to stall. It's not looking like much is going to happen. That Twigs on point here, along with Iron Bruce spinning to win. But all of them are going to be killed, and it's not going to be anything left here for G-Force.
That was a very good take back from the side of DilfHunters Tia. That early pick that got onto the Doomfist, that leaves G-Force with not a lot of damage unless FoxM can find those just dinks. Then
DilfHunter definitely got really lucky at the very beginning of that team fight because FoxM did the Dragon from close range. It may have been just a little bit too close to do the damage it needed to do, as no one.
Yeah, looked like they could easily avoid it.
But let's see if anything changes for these teams coming out onto Village, and it's not really looking like it. But,
Iron Brew has committed to the Wrecking Ball.
And FoxM on the Soldiers. They're both teams going to go high ground. DilfHunter is taking the space first. See how they can take advantage of this. Iron Brew diving in. Heroic gets the first pick. Blue 17 getting caught between a rock and a hard place, and it's just cleanup duty here for Heroic and Cardis.
That was a very good boot by Iron Brew. He boots most of the team into that little room where the rest of G-Force was holding, and Heroic was able to get a punch onto the Lucio, and it just kind of spiraled down from there.
And that's definitely one of his strong points, especially as a Wrecking Ball. He can be very disruptive, and a lot of teams aren't capable of dealing with that. As a fat anti-nade comes rolling in as the picks follow. A skill orb from Chris Helms, and Heroic getting a final punch here. As the rest of the team for DilfHunters will retreat, and then we'll regroup and try again. Only 20 seconds captured so far, so a lot of time still remaining on the clock.
Yeah, you really hate to see the skill orb happen. It's just a real big feels bad, especially when you have, over 400 HP and you just go down to that.
Looks like Iron Brew would try to slam right there, and may have got caught on the ledge there. But here comes DilfHunters. They're taking the high ground, and they get the pick on the main healer, and that's big. And Iron Brew goes down as well. DilfHunters, they need to capitalize on those picks here. So they take the fight to the point. Here comes the nano on Cardis. And he gets caught in the grab, but here comes the big shatter. And Cardis just cleaning up here. It's FoxM ulting just to clean up the damage. Shaka Khan not going down without a fight, but it's still going to be a hold here for G-Force.
That started out so good for the DilfHunters. They got the early pick onto the Moira, and they froze up Iron Brew, who had stayed just a little bit too long.
They really need to capitalize when they're able to get those picks. DilfHunters trying again the high ground. They're almost having success with it, so... Oh, in a trade here, DPS for a DPS, as Iron Brew comes in with the mines, and Sauceboss, he's gotten that immediately. PMAOWL trying to cleave people off Viceroy Griff. It's not looking like it's going to do much, as Foxem is just taking people out. Shaka Khan bringing the fight to the point, but he has slept, and then he is plunked immediately. And that's looking like it's going to be it. G-Force taking the second point. We will go to Sanctum to see who takes the map.
That just shows how much how much impact that their Doomfist had, because he just saw a group of people and punched into it and hoped for the best, and the best in the case of G-Force happened with the pick on the Edgelord on the McCree.
Heroic certainly proving a second disruptive force, and combined disruptiveness of everyone really serving them well in the tight spaces they were fighting in. But
Yeah.
this point being a little bit more open, let's see if they do anything different. And we get a pause.
So let's take a quick guess. Do you see how many people do you think are going to be fed to the?
And it appears Heroic is gone. You hate to see it.
You really do. How many people do you think are going to get fed to the pit? Place your bets now, chat.
Excellent question. I know you guys can't see the heroes they've selected on the screen at the moment, but right now I'm thinking, because of the heroes that we selected, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heroes between them that are capable of getting environmental kills very easily here. So I'm thinking we're probably going to get at least 3 environmental kills this match.
The game goat
Iron
says
Brew
5.
is going to somehow get one. Probably a cheeky little swing from in the inside room, just getting somebody unaware. And I think Shaka Khan is probably going to get a hook kill into the void as well.
I say Shaka Khan gets 2. Iron Brew also gets 2. And I'll give 1 of each to the Lucios.
All right, and it appears everything is ready. So let's get the game restarted. All right, Heroic coming in on the Doomfist this time instead of the Symmetra, as he nearly did before. Let's see what comes out here. DilfHunters taking the central room. G-Force kind of collapsing around them. There's not a clear advantage here. Heroic gets the first pick. And it's an even trade, a tank for a tank.
That small room is the last place I think they want to be with that Doomfist, though.
That's right. Close quarters, not your friend in that fight. But G-Force takes the point, but DilfHunters getting the picks here. They just need to clean up this fight, and they can take that point. Oh, and AJ almost getting the cheeky pick, but Dylan gets it instead.
Iron Brew rolled through and got 3. So we are, what, maybe
I said
a
3,
minute into
so
this?
don't get any more, guys. And it looks like G-Force is going to be able to hold because of that.
That was very clutch coming up from Iron Brew.
That
And I
is a
know some
big
of them are
fact.
probably
You hate
beating
to see
themselves
it.
up about it. You know, when you play against the ball on Sanctum, you beat yourself up about it, because every ball player does it. They go through that under room, and you know what's going to happen, and you're in the pit.
DilfHunters trying to take the central room above the point here, and then dropping down behind onto the low room. And here comes the Tor Bolt and the Soldier Ult. We'll see who comes out on top here. It looks like Foxim's going to claim that, as here comes Coalescence as well. It's a meaty fight between two coalescences, and it looks like the G-Force tank's going to clean up here. Iron Brew nearly getting caught in an environmental kill, but able to swing out there as he does.
He did get another. Iron Brew did get another boop onto Shaka Khan or on Roadhog.
Billy is keeping track in the chat. He says we're at 5 already. Boy, was I wrong. And here it comes DilfHunters. This is last fight if they don't capitalize here. And that turret's down already. And that is a juicy set of ults there. Heroic laying down the lawn. It's just going to be Blue 17 on point, and he is not long for this world.
That's
Billy,
that's
the game
very good.
6 environmental kills.
I guessed 6. I didn't guess who would get 6 correctly, but I did guess 6.
I mean, 4 of them were from the same person. This is probably
Right.
2 of them right here. This is exactly what I predicted the environmental kills would be. Brilliant.
You can see they were trying so very careful to not like be in the way.
The worst part about that was I don't know what the camera was watching, but I was watching Shaka Khan, the Roadhog, trying. He almost landed the hook on Twigs, the Ana, almost hooking him into the void. But the pile driver from Iron Brew knocked Shaka Khan into the hole instead.
That was a crazy
and he
map.
is naturally a little annoyed about that. But an excellent showing. So that's putting G-Force up by a score of 1-0 in our best of 3 matchup this evening.
That was, I think, the Sanctum in Nepal really plays to G4's strengths. Honestly, I'm surprised that yeah, I believe DilfHunters won the coin toss. I'm surprised they still decided to go to Nepal.
Well, they did really well on the first map, and I think they were really planning on they're probably planning on Village going a little differently. It ended up being a little bit more lopsided than I think they thought it was going to be. But next we're going to go to our Assault map, or 2CP.
Everyone's favorite 2CP.
So, here's the real question. Are we going to go to Volskaya?
Are we going to Volskaya or are we going to Hanamur?
The only 2 that we use, because why not?
I mean, anything's better than Paris.
Right. Well, last week when some information about our map choices was released, it was determined that Volskaya had been chosen 6 times in a 3-week span. And it looks like the call is coming in for Hanamura. So good old Hanamura.
Hanamura?
All right. And here we are having swaps here. Cardis for Bonsley Toss, and Chris Helms for Happy by 3. Some newer players to our league. So Shishifoof, what kind of thoughts do you have about the last map we just saw?
Well, so G-Force really thrives in chaos, right? And because they're very like skirmishy, I want to say. And when the ball is allowed to like, just like YOLO around point and just like displace people and make them have bad positioning, that's when FoxM and Heroic and I mean, let's see. Kartas was doing really well too on the Reinhardt, I should say. But the DPS were really capitalizing on the displacement that was coming from Iron Brew. And of course, Iron Brew was, booping people off. On Sanctum, I'm going to give that all to him. But yeah, I think DilfHunters just needs to, shut down the ball.
How do you think they will be best equipped to do that?
Look at him.
Shoot the ball. He dies. Easy.
All right, we're getting R, indicating that both captains are ready. So let us go to Hanamura. So looking at the correct target, often a challenge, especially when you have a number of characters being so disruptive against your team. Here we are on Hanamura as DilfHunters, the red team on the right side of your screen. They will be attacking first. G-Force, the blue team on the left. They will be defending first and then attacking afterwards. Let's see what interesting team comps we will come up with here. Edgelord coming out with a Reaper to start with. Interesting choice. Not something that we see from him too often.
I think they plan on walking in and asking questions later.
Both sides wanting to run the Echo, courtesy of Heroic and Sauceboss. Foxing with the Torb to go with it. Torb and Echo, an interesting combo. Especially
seems
given
they
the
expect-
healers they've chosen with a Moira and a Baptiste.
Yeah,
A lot
it
of
seems like
healing
they're
potential. Just
expecting
need to be
high
in the
ground.
right place.
5, 4,
They're gonna want to keep that high ground and
1.
keep that advantage, especially against the Reaper. As long as that Reaper is not on the high ground, they'll have a certified advantage. DilfHunters comes out main with that Ryan Zari up front. And here comes Iron Brew being disruptive. Heroic is the first pick, but DilfHunters pushes in anyways. The Immortality Field coming out from Twigs. Iron Brew and Fox getting more kills, and this looks like a bit of a lost fight for DilfHunters, and it's just clean up from here.
Poor Shaka Khan.
Poor Shaka Khan, the unfriendly end of a nasty charge. Still more than 3 minutes, so plenty of time for DilfHunters to regroup. They're going to push again. They're going to try and see if they can get the right picks first. Is Iron Brew going through, getting a bit of that disruption just to keep them on their toes. And that's going to be a pick for Bosley Toss. And here comes the mines from Iron Brew.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, you hate to see a fat block. And here comes two more ults from G-Force. The goo from the Torbjorn in that Baptiste window. And it's just going to serve to zone them off.
I think the goo there is actually a very good play. You lose your ball who helps your team thrive with them thriving on chaos. So you just don't let them come in.
That's right. Heroic getting either a really late pick or an early pick, depending on how you look at that. So it's a bit of a 6v5, and now it's a 6v4. Iron Brew just having his way. They are not contesting him in an effective way at all. DilfHunters just need to get a solid regroup away from the Wrecking Ball.
They also need to stop getting picked early. That's also
And they get the Wrecking Ball caught in the solo grab. And G-Force pops the Immortality Field. And here comes the copy from the Echo. And he chooses Rhine. And he gets the Shatter blocked. That is big. This could win DilfHunters the fight. They're getting the two picks. And here comes the Shatter from Bosley Toss. Is it enough? It's
oh
a
no.
big question mark, because Iron Brew still getting kills on point. And here it comes the goo from the Torb. It's on point, and it's a really good zoning ult. But is it going to be enough? As G-Force players are starting to regroup, and it's now an even trade. And here comes the mines again. He always has those. Sauceboss getting kills anyways. And now it looks like DilfHunters is going to have this. Just some cleanup here on point. So Heroic be the last one to fall.
60 seconds.
Shaka Khan did
60
switch to the
seconds.
ball to help with stall. Not a hero we normally see Shaka Khan play.
And he switched back already, so I think he really didn't want to be on that ball for long. And who could blame him? Not always fun to play your non-regular heroes. And here comes Iron Brew coming up behind, trying to get a little peek, maybe a little damage. As DilfHunters, they're going to go top. They're going to try and take that high ground. G-Force holding that still, and it's a big dragon from
That's
Edgelord.
big.
And that's 4 picks here. They can just walk to point. They're going to get some good progress here if they clean up. And they will solo shatter the Wrecking Ball. And
I
just
don't
clean up
blame
damage
them.
from here.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Winston.
See, on the side of G-Force, they switched to a bunch of stall pick heroes.
And here come both Coalescences, Kamehameha. And here comes the Mines. Is it going to be enough? And it's not looking like it will be. But DilfHunters need to get the right picks fast in order to cap this. Is Fox and Iron Brew saying not quite yet. And it's a 3v2 here. DilfHunters almost having it. They just need to get that Tracer. Oh, and this looks like it may be lost for them now. G-Force able to stabilize now, and it's just Sauce Boss left, and he will fall. So 95.8%. Not something to shake a stick at, I'd say. So a good attempt.
That's so unfortunate. To the 95.8. You know, that's just, you know, when the stall picks come in, that's when things truly begin to get chaotic, and as you know, they thrive in it.
It's absolutely essential in types of situations like that that you win the fights quickly, because you don't have the spawn advantage as the attacker. So you have to win the fights almost at a 2-to-1 ratio. And they try and go the top way, but Iron Brew saying not quite yet. And here comes a lot of ults here. Dragons coming in. That's going to be 2-3 picks. It's a 5v3 right now. And here comes the Shatter, and it's going to solo Shatter Fox him. And they may have this. They just need to get Iron Brew, and they have that with 1:28 left to go.
That was a very good combo. They were like, we have grab dragons, and let's go in there and get it.
They didn't need to do a lot, but what they did was really effective. So a good example of some in-team coordination there. Sure, that kind of coordination really helps make those kind of moments work.
Yeah, I don't think G-Force was ready for, you know, after that long fight where a lot of ults were used. I don't think they were ready for just that straight aggression that DilfHunters threw right into their face.
They were probably expecting DilfHunters to try and gather one more ult or so before doing the hard engage. But clearly, DilfHunters really caught them off guard with that. And sometimes the element of surprise is the most effective tool in winning the fight.
I agree.
So even
do the unexpected.
Solo shattering a Tracer, if that's what you got to do to get the kill, then that's what you got to do. If you can spend an ult and get a kill, guaranteed, it's worth at least considering.
Yeah, I agree. Remember, kids, do the unexpected. Run straight at that Widow that's pestering your team.
Don't use cover. Don't use a shield. Let's see how G-Force comes out on the other side as they will prepare to attack. They're rocking that Doomfist once more.
So I think their attack can be very quick, or they might struggle a bit. It really depends on how quickly they can get things. The team of DilfHunters all over the place, and their attention divided.
Iron Brew already in the back line here. He is ready to start doing some sneaky stuff. He's been spotted by 1 or 2, but he's just all he's doing is taking up mind space and keeping everyone on their toes. Oh, and here comes the front line of G-Force. They're charging in. They are taking the space by force. They are getting trades, but trades generally favor the attackers here. But it looks like Edgelord says enough of this for now. Iron Brew going to try to escape, and he's going to barely escape that hook, and he's going to be able to get out.
Now, the DilfHunters are down 2. If they're quick, and it looks like that's what they're going to try to do, they're just going to walk right in, maybe.
It looks like they're back about now. That Lucio being one of the ones who is down means they can taxi a bit. Iron Brew just flying around in the back, trying to take up that space. And Sauce Boss kind of caught behind, but he's above them, so they're not really shooting them. Here comes the kill on Iron Brew. That may be big, but he put his mines down on point, and that could be enough to tilt everything. Here comes the dragons and the goo, but Torb's going to get killed in the middle of that. Shaka Khan is purple on point. But it looks like he's got just enough support. He's not going to go down just yet. Iron Brew is back, and it's a 3v4 here on point. And here comes the Nano on the Hanzo. As the whole hog comes out, he's just going to push him away. Ooh, and that's going to be it for Foxem. Iron Brew needs to get out of there or die.
Well, the heroic has
Fight's
coming in.
dragging on far too long.
Looks like the side of G-Force was hoping on the one-hit potential of the Doomfist, because that could really open up the fight for them. Because like you said, it does favor the attackers here in this situation.
Absolutely, they're definitely looking for that. They've been able to take advantage of it previously. But in this case, they do need to win the fights quickly because they are not built for a prolonged team fight. And here comes a big shatter. It's going to get 3. And 2 of them are going to be gone. And here comes more ults coming in. Both support ults from DilfHunters out, as well as the copy from the Echo. He's chosen to be Reinhardt. And here comes the Doomfist, and he's going to get slammed. Oh, the double shatter from DilfHunters.
Oof.
The giant thumbs down in your face.
They did manage to make Iron Brew switch off the Wrecking Ball, so I think DilfHunters is having them play a bit more to their game now.
That's right. They're able to. They're not quite as distracted by the ball this time because there's almost a little too much space in parts of this place. And here comes G-Force, one of their final pushes, and the Torb Goo. It's going to deny Bonsley Toss the chance to come in. G-Force really split up here, but DilfHunters getting also split up a bit, and it's going to be trades here. Foxem sitting in the corner here, trying to get a cheeky pick on Blue 17. Can he get it? He's low, but he's getting support.
Iron Brew and Heroic
here
are in the
comes
back.
Chatter to get some. Bonsley Toss getting nanoed, but he's being pushed back by the whole hog. Heroic getting a pick. G-Force needs to push point here. They are on point, but they need to get the kills. Ooh, and Bonsley Toss getting a much-needed environmental kill, but Saucewa's coming in. Here comes the grab. 2 people for DilfHunters caught in it, but DilfHunters getting the kills. And it looks like it's going to be DilfHunters all the way here. Here comes the late dragons from Spawn. And it's not going to be here in time. DilfHunters will take map 2. And we are tied 1-1.
Yeah, that was so very close of going wrong for the side of DilfHunters. The Zarya and the Echo went around. They took a 2v1 and the DilfHunters Saucepaws ended up losing it on the Echo. And when they came from behind, it started to give them that chaos that they really, really thrive in. Because you have people behind you, you have people up front. And it's just like, you can't look this way, you can't look that way. What do we do?
G-Force definitely fell victim to the other kind of chaos. Arguably the worst kind of chaos comes from when you're no longer able to play the game in the way that you want to. You are no longer in control of the game situation. That is always something that players like Edgelord and Shaka Khan excel at. When they're in control, they press down hard.
Yes, I very much agree. That's what Shaka Khan is known for doing in his games, just taking full control of the game lobby.
And it's going to be very important for G-Force on the next map and the one after that they need to make sure that they keep in control of their own headspace. So they'll be able to best keep control of their own game situation. So that was 2CP, and what is next? Is it
Hybrid?
Hybrid?
We have Hybrid next. Place your bets for Kings Row? Well, judging on the fact that this is G-Force, they may go.
Foxem
they may
isn't a
choose something
huge fan of
different.
Kings Row, so they might go for
I
something
know.
different.
Yeah, they might go for something different. Foxman does not like
We
King's
may
Row.
see Numbani.
They'll maybe.
I think Numbani would be an interesting choice. Probably the best choice play Hanzo on, I would say, would be Numbani.
As
Yeah,
my
there's
favorite main
Eichenwald,
tanks.
too.
There's
Eichenwald,
Eichenwald.
another interesting choice.
As my favorite main tank says, whenever we talk about Numbani, he just says, "Ooh, monkey map."
Hey, that's Sam, dude.
That is Sam. That's my homie.
All right. Subs coming in from GeForce, Bondsley, and Kartos being swapped out for each other. So Kartos is now in. I actually need to swap teams.
So,
All right, and Phantom K now coming in for DilfHunters, taking the place of DDR Daikenkai. So
oh,
King's Row, the call. Not quite what we were expecting, but certainly fitting in with our theme of we always choose the same maps. So
not the flaming hot box. We like our Numbani.
yes, Fox McKimlis, King's Row. Wow. Yes, consider us certainly surprised. So Shushifoof, any thoughts on our the last map we just saw?
So, DilfHunters started playing that slower, clumped together comp that like starts to punish the ball and punishes displacement and chaos and that stuff. And we saw that they did a lot better. I think the other issue that GeForce kind of had is they were playing really slow when the comp they were like running isn't, if that makes sense. Like they had a Reinhardt and a ball, and you didn't have like a Lucio because the Reinhardt can't follow up on what the ball does without that speed. So, I think I know they've been struggling with this all season of not having a Lucio player, but I think someone just needs to suck it up and learn Lucio, and I think it'll take their game to a whole new level.
Absolutely. Having an extra speed always very important,
Now
especially when you're trying to
prepare to attack.
fit through the small
Select your
chokes.
hero.
But we have ours from both captains, and we are going to go to King's Row. GeForce
Not
now
the
the red
Christmas
team on
Kings
the right.
Row.
They will be attacking first. Good old King's Row. If you are hooked on Pahonix.
Ready
And
for
let's see
battle.
what teams we come out with here. Edgelord coming out on the May. The Rhine Zarya.
Attackers
Shaka Khan
incoming
playing
with
the
their
Zarya
sights.
here. We'll see what other heroes GeForce pick. Looks like they're going to come out with some kind of Rhine comp with the Doomfist. Heroic really liking that Doomfist pick. He's been able to get a lot of good picks.
I think they're gonna try to use heroic on the Doomfist to cause their chaos.
They're going to come out with Lucio and a Torb. Twig's going to be the one who sucks it up, and he's going to play Lucio.
Well, they did get that speed we talked about.
And they're going to go upstairs through the lobby.
They're probably gonna try
and
to
take
aim
the
to take
sideway
high
on
ground.
here to take the high ground. Oh,
Ooh,
and
they
a
are
nasty
split.
wall comes in. They are split.
Oh
Big
no!
wall from Edgelord. Still 4 people able to make it through and take that high ground. DilfHunters not really able to do anything because they're out of sight.
Yeah, and this place is an interesting question. Like, with those people that are coming back, even though it's Doomfist,
And it looks like
that's what you
GeForce,
do.
they are coming around, taking the high ground. So even though were contested at first, they are still taking the space they wanted to take. And can they capitalize on it? Because not all of G-Force, not all of DilfHunters know exactly where everyone is. Oh, and a nasty wall from Edgelord again. Card is going to get trapped by that one. And Blue 17 and company going to slowly press in. Going to slowly take that space back as Foxham gets a nice plunk on Sauce Boss.
Question is, they don't have their main tank, so are they going to try to just poke their way through this, or because losing your main tank, that just kind of puts you at a sort of standstill, even with that early pick. But it looks like they just let him in for free. They can't really do much without the Baptiste either way.
Right. G-Force able to get a lot of value from poke here, just being able to win the resource battles.
The Baptiste got spawn camped. Heroic's in the back. They took him out twice to give them more time to engage.
Ooh, Blue 17 trying to use a shatter. He gets caught in that. And the picks come in, the kills come in, and G-Force going to clean up.
Oh, that was crazy. Heroic went to go spawn camp the Sauce Boss on the Baptiste.
The payload.
So he just couldn't make it back to his team, and that's set up for them to just be able to pile in once they confirmed that kill.
A big heads-up play from Heroic, deciding to do that really shifts the landscape of the fight. As we say that, he's going to get plunked, though. And here comes the Blizzard from Edgelord, and it's going to get Cardus caught in that. He's not going to live through that. Happy by 3 going down as well. DilfHunters, they're going to push forward. They're going to reclaim control of the point and the situation here. And it's just Iron Brew, and he is caught out. They are pushed all the way to spawn doors.
That was a good Blizzard to get your main tank and your main heals.
And we may see exactly what we saw just a minute or so ago. We might see G-Force trying to do another protracted fight. I take that back. Here come all the ultimates. And who comes out on top? And here comes the Baptiste window. Foxham getting the kill of Shaka Khan. Is that going to be enough to tip the scales? And it looks like it's going to be. Everyone from DilfHunters dying.
Is my will.
Seems they threw everything but the kitchen sink in there.
Yes, DilfHunter does have a high noon along with the coalescence, but G-Force also does have the coalescence. So I think this will be a pretty even fight depending on how they're used.
Well, DilfHunter's close to having 4 ults here. G-Force having 1. Ooh, and this is going to be a nasty Blizzard, even if we're zoning here. Oh, but not Heroic has anything to say.
It's pretty
They're
even. DilfHunters are... Yes, DilfHunters are up.
And trade after trade here. Shaka Khan trying to hunt down Happy by 3. So Iron Brew takes out Blue 17. They're still fighting on the point. Not a clear winner here. Ooh, as Shaka Khan gets unfortunately taken out. It's just going to be Edgelord on point. This is turning lopsided very quickly.
Yeah, DilfHunters, their healers ended up going down before the rest of the team. Even though they were up in numbers, any damage they took was permanent.
Has reached the
And G-Force just able to win the protracted battle, able to win that resource war. They're able to cap second point. They're probably going to try and do the same thing, even though they won't have the ult advantage. They'll just be able to draw things out just enough, getting the right picks at the right time. And here comes a big shatter from Blue 17. Not going to be much follow-up from it, courtesy of a Gravitron Surge. As this payload, it's going to push forward. Foxham throwing his Molten Core out there. He's going to get a pick. He's going to get 2. He's going to get 3. And there's a big set of ults there. The Dragon's coming in. And it's going to get Twigs, but it's not going to be enough. G-Force going to
That beat
cap.
from Twigs was huge.
opposition.
complete.
A big beat. Saved them all from dying in that Dragon's there.
Score 0 to 3.
That was a very good round to watch.
Initiating match.
G-Force is
Absolutely.
showing some improved, some just like we talked about, some just speedier gameplay. They
All you
even got
young
it to a point.
whippersnappers out there, this is exactly how you win the protracted fights.
Yeah, it came to the point where that DilfHunters was starting to get a little bit staggered.
Ready for battle.
Again, the timing of the team fights really what gave GeForce the advantage.
Yeah.
The pacing. It was important they were getting the right picks at the right time.
Attackers
If
in
they
round
they started the fight oftentimes by getting a pick on like a support or a DPS, which takes a lot of valuable resources from the other team, and they have to wait for them to come back to get them back. And in the meantime, you can just slowly pick away, and you can just push whatever you want. The more you push,
Go get
the
picks or
longer it
spawn
be.
camp.
That's right. The more you push, the longer it'll be before they can group up.
2.
How will DilfHunters respond on the counter attack?
Defend objective A.
Edgelord coming out with the Hanzo, something that we definitely know he can be very lethal with. Heroic on the Echo for GeForce. Torb turret goes down pretty quickly. As DilfHunters, they're slowly pushing in around the statue.
Adjusting angle of attack.
No one really taking any real damage just yet. Oh, and Cardis and Blue at the front lines. Cardis getting caught. He will go down first. As DilfHunters, they will push in. And there's an even trade. It's a tank for a tank now.
Lock on my target.
These trades, they favor DilfHunters as Shaka Khan gets another one. And they get another one. This is really leaning towards DilfHunters' fight. And here comes the Coalescence, and that's just going to clean up Shaka Khan and company taking the point with no work.
It seems like both teams here have a similar strategy. They're both trying to go for whoever's out of position. Now, on their first attack, they saw that Cardis was stuck up front trying to, block damage for his team while the rest of his team backed up. So they said, hey, let's just blow him up. And then they did the same to Blue for that even trade.
Absolutely, and that's just textbook how to win a fight. Just kill whoever's most vulnerable. Both of these teams doing a pretty good job at that so far. And here comes the Coalescence from Happy by 3.
Heroic has gone behind.
Ooh, and the Grab Dragons. It's only going to get one, as Cardis is going to get nanoed. That's going to keep him alive as Heroic focus beams Viceroy Griff down. And here we come, getting even trades from Iron Brew and Edgelord. Who is going to be able to tip this fight over? Looks like neither team really wanting to do a full engage yet. Oh, as Edgelord gets a pick here. Really inconvenient timing for GeForce. That's going to delay their ability to put a good fight together. They're going to need to pull back, or they're going to have to lose this team fight. Card is going to go in with the Shatter.
Oh, no.
And it's going to be big as the beat comes in from Saucebots. That's going to keep enough of them alive, but they're going to get grabbed right out of that. Pulse Bomb thrown into that. Everything's being thrown into everything. And it looks like GeForce is going to be coming out on top, but it's not a very quick win. DilfHunter is going to be able to get a fairly quick regroup.
I don't know if you saw it, but Twigs actually slept Blue out of his shatter, which
I
allowed
heard the
Cardis to
voice
get
line,
his
I
big
just wondered
shoot.
what happened.
Yeah, he got slept out of it. It was a perfectly timed sleep.
And here comes the DilfHunters again with the Dragons. Oh, and Heroic becoming another Reinhardt. He's going to try and get another Shatter. He's close quarters. He gets that Shattered. Shaka Khan is going to be caught in that Viceroy grip, going to die the charge. Oh, and it's going to be a massacre courtesy of GeForce. It is just Saucebots floating around, getting a cheeky little boop kill on the Foxhim. He's not going to be able to hold that long.
That's one of those things where it goes back to they were taking two different fights. The front line was getting assaulted. There was a Ryan in the middle of their team, and it was just one of those, lesser of two evil situation. Do you turn your attention to the Ryan that's in your team, or just?
And here comes Phantom K with the Deadeye. He's going to take out Heroic. That could
Ouch.
be big, and this could be the key they need to win this fight. But they need to get some more follow-up. Card is playing really far forward, but he's taking a lot of pot shots. But he's able to get healed. A lot of ults coming at the readies. Iron Brew's going to go down to Shaka Khan. Iron Brew coming close to his grab, which they would probably really like to have right now. Shaka Khan has his, and he is itching to use it. So
He was split off from his team.
As soon as there's enough of them, he's going to throw that, and they're just going to bury damage into it. Here it is. And there's 2 people in it. This is going to be exactly what they need. And here comes the dragons. Card is going to be Nano to stay alive. And there's traits coming out, and there's a counter grab. Iron coming out just in time. And it's going to be a nice counter attack here from G-Force. They're going to come out on top. Fox him just pouring all the damage he possibly can into that. Wow. What a very quick turn of events. How the turntables.
They're playing smart here. They don't want to get backcapped. Because that is something that people do like to try to do in our favorite PMAOWL.
DilfHunters, they're ready to get another push going. Oh, Heroic, the Doomfist, he is way in the back. He is hunting. He is on the hunt. Oh, but he's going to be caught with an anti-nade, and he is barely going to make it out alive. And here comes the shadow from Cardis. Blue, who is Nano, but he's going to get stunned, and that could be big, just having him down for that hot second. He is no longer nanoed, but he did still get the kill on Cardis. Bit of an even situation. Nano Doomfist here, he's going to get shattered down. And then he's going to die. Reinhardt one shot, the active looking at the bomb, killed him.
No.
Oh wow,
He
what a
stood
bomb.
in it. Foxham stood in his ball. That was.
There are worse
I feel
ways
like
to go.
I'm no Ryan player, but I feel like when you get nanoed, and I know you want to swing, you have big damage. You want to swing,
Edgelord
but
with the Plink, that's going to be really disruptive, not having a main heal for G-Force. And here comes the ult from Phantom K. He gets one. That should be enough to turn this fight. They just need to carefully get the right picks. Card is up front. They're going to get twigs. And they should be able to take this if they play their cards right. They're going to push forward. They're going to get caught in the grab, but it's not going to be quite enough. They're going to cap anyways. Bit of an unfortunate grab from Iron Brew. Happy by 3 just going to die so he can reset.
they still get a chance here on the side of DilfHunters. But you have to remember, if they finish under,
They finish in overtime. They don't get a second
they
attack.
don't get an attack. And if they do finish over, that means both sides get additional time.
And Edgelord getting a really important early pick. Heroic diving in there. He's gonna get a pick, and then he's gonna ult. He's not gonna get anyone with his ult, but he's gonna put himself in a place to get more picks. They're just gonna get the right kills here at the right time. They're gonna slowly clean up this fight. You notice it's taking 15-20 seconds to win these team fights.
I'm surprised they stayed as long as they did with the early picks that they got.
They're trying to burn as much time as possible. Because if they can get this to overtime, they are guaranteed at least a tie. So they don't even need to play to win here. They just need to play for time. And here's going to be the grab coming in from DilfHunters with the dragons. It's going to be big, even though Edgelord goes down. It's going to be an even trade now. Foxen saying not right now. And there's going to be 3 people from DilfHunters on point. 3 from G-Force. Who's going to come out on top here? Spawns is coming in from G-Force. This is really going to favor G-Force if they, if DilfHunters don't get the kills quickly. Edgelord getting the kill on Heroic, and that's a kill on Foxen. That's really important. They need to get the kills on the tanks here. Ooh, and that's 1 tank and 1 support going down. Dylan coming out, Ironbrew with his mines, and that's going to be it.
Victory.
That was very close.
the game.
Oh boy. Foxum, the Torbjorn played the game.
Our favorite jolly old Saint
Rarest of
Torbjorn.
candies.
This is
Oh,
when that
the
very
Big
clutch
beat there.
beat came in.
That is interesting. Sauce Boss as Lucio did more healing as Edgelord did on DP did damage.
I mean,
Always solid.
they took a lot of damage.
I always appreciate large numbers of healing as someone who likes doing that myself. I always appreciate. All right. I am going to get a glass of water. Sushi Foof, why don't you give us your thoughts about the map that just transpired?
So we saw that the Lucio came out from G-Force this time, right? At least on their attack, and they did a lot better with it. That's a lot of the time that was just chaos. A lot of the time it was punishing bad positioning. But I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't pay too much attention. I was too focused on making sure cams were decent. So I'm sorry I don't have much more input.
No, I think that's a good point because you can see like the team style sort of. They were always going for get someone out of position and punish them. And I notice you, Wolf. I'm not Hunter, but I'll leave it up to him.
I don't know what was said in chat. I don't have it pulled up.
He said, the name's Wolf. I said, Hunter, notice me. Do you accept said noticing?
No.
Oh, you hate to see it. Sorry to inform you, Wolf. He does not notice. So, Chet, you guys played anything fun recently? Overwatch is not an answer because this game is not fun. I'm kidding.
I've played this really interesting and very much brand new game that not a whole lot of people have played. Like it's very new.
Uh-huh.
Called The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim.
Wow.
Didn't they just release that on Potato 64?
Oh, the Switch?
No, the new
No, that was
Potato
the launch
64.
title.
They released it for a new console because that's what they're gonna keep doing.
What is the Potato 64?
It's a literal potato.
Oh God.
Where's the
There's just
64
so much
come in?
defeat in my voice just hearing about that. All right, it looks like the call for the map is Havana Unana. That's actually specifically what's written in the chat. All right. Good old Havana.
Hunter Wolf said he's throwing your games.
Good.
And he said Wolf has been playing, and I quote, finishing my portfolio so I can graduate. Been there before. We also got Wizard 101 in there. I remember seeing those commercials as a kid growing up on Cartoon Network and not being interested in the slightest. Because, I played RuneScape. That's where the real guys played.
We have
You were
ours from Edgelord, but not from GeForce. Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud.
just waiting for Iron Brew. Give us the ready signal. We may be taking a very brief bio break, if I can words correctly. While you were busy playing RuneScape, I was busy doing important work like playing Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup.
I'm not a Harry Potter fan. People are not going to like me for saying that, but I just never could get into it.
I have much opinions about the Harry Potter movies, and they are very different from my opinions about the books. But Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup, that was my jam. I would play as the Nordic team, and you would play an arena made of little magical ice, and I would win. Because I played on easy mode because I was 9. But we got
Top-
ours for both team captains, so we can start on Havana.
Top 500 top 500 Quidditch player.
Yes, but only when I'm playing on easy mode, like I was, because I was literally 9. And oh, we have another pause once again. It appears Sam is dead. Rip Sam. Long live the Sam.
Pause. This is the pause my mom thinks I can do on online games when she calls me.
Well, if you're playing with us, you can just, leave the game and it'll automatically pause. Now, if you do that, if you leave the game on purpose, I'll beat you up, but, you can
That's a
still do
hate
it.
crime. Just throwing it out there.
What
It
if
is
I do
a
it because you leave the game intentionally?
then it's still.
It's justified.
The name's Wolf says, I'm having some trouble with my Symmetra gameplay. I have 38% scoped headshot accuracy. When I throw my Dragon Strike, it doesn't seem to freeze anyone. As a matter of fact, it seems to get shot down. Any tips on trying to pull a successful high noon? Yes.
Yes, here's what
Switch
you
to
need to
Torb.
do. First, you need to throw out a damage orb, and then you need to put an orb of discord on it. Once you do that, you just pop out one of your Helix rockets and use your and then you just use Transcendence. And then as soon as your Transcendence is done, then you should be mentally prepared. Then you can high noon by pressing Q, and then just making sure that your bomb lands in a place where it can get the most people. So make sure you don't launch your high noon too high. You want it to explode at the right altitude.
Yo, someone hire this Overwatch League. Hire this man. That's the biggest brain analysis I think I've ever heard. I heard the Vancouver Titans are hiring.
Oof.
Yeah, at this rate, the winner of this league is going to become the new Vancouver Titans. That's the rules. It's in the bylaws. Winner becomes Vancouver. Okay. Apparently, it is important that we have skins. So let me figure that out. Where is the setting for skins?
It's really not that important, but I guess.
It's as the kids say, not that deep.
I actually don't know where the setting for just turn skins on is.
AJ said, wow. Thank you, Wolf. I didn't know I needed that in my life. I appreciate you.
All right, and looks like we are
Traveling to Havana.
now getting our restart.
Initiating match.
And I believe we do have skins turned on now. Now our captains can be happy, and Foxem can show off the golden bow that he has so rightfully earned.
Just gonna put on Dallas Fuel skins. Unfortunate.
Hey, it could be worse. He could be me, and I have a bunch of Washington Justice skins because
Well, see,
I chose incorrectly. And for some reason, I'm not capable of changing it. I just can't do it. I have to suffer now.
God, he chose the worst hog skin.
And all right, DilfHunters on the attack first. They're gonna have Edgelord coming out on the Echo with Phantom K on the McCree. Heroic matching on the other side with the Echo Fox him with the trusty Hanzo. It's a rare sight to see him on anything other than a Hanzo or a Genji. He certainly proved lethal on Tracer tonight, and here comes the DilfHunters. Blue 17 playing very far forward. Edgelord taking the angle here. Gonna get some shots on. There's gonna be a trade for DPS. Card is going down as well. It's gonna get anti-healed.
Looks like they wanted to go for that door hold, but were super unsure about it. Maybe the call was made a little late.
Right, just a little out of position for G-Force. But if they're very quick here, they might be able to have one more contest before the first point. As that was all very quickly.
Oh
The whole
no.
fight just very quick. DilfHunter's only one person on the point right now. Iron Brew with a nice entry pick on a Shaka Khan. That's going to be very important if they're able to contest here.
Changing position.
He got hooked at the last second. That's so unfortunate.
Oof, an unfortunate pick on Heroic, but they're going to be able to capitalize on that. 3 kills coming in. This is going to be a bit of a retake for G-Force here.
Yeah, that forces
Now
the
control the
DilfHunters
point
to
and the
reset.
high ground. Names Wolf. Any butts? Hang on to your butts, okay? We're about to see something. Starting with this pick with Edgelord. Are they going to be able to push this team fight, or are they going to need to regroup? And it's look like they're going to regroup a little bit because they don't quite have the firepower to take that fight yet.
Yeah. Blue shield got destroyed before getting up there.
No one's really used any ults yet, and we're going to see a lot of them. Here comes the first. Edgelord becoming a Reinhardt. Oh, he shatters, but it's going to be straight into a Rein shield. Phantom K goes down. We're going to see dueling Nano Reins here. And here comes the Bob.
5,
And here, now the
6,
shatter.
7.
Oh, man. A lot of ults there used, especially by G-Force.
I counted. It was 7. G-Force using 6 of those, it seems.
Oh, wow. They did use all 6 ults.
Granted,
Maybe
Iron
a
Brew
few
did
more
switch
than
from the
they would
Roadhog.
want to, but it did at least win in the fight, so there is that at least. DilfHunters having 3 ults at the ready. They're going to be able to pop those, and if they land them right, they should just be able to cap the point. And here comes the grab, and it's just 2 people caught in it. Make that 1. Ooh, unfortunate. Phantom K not able to get anything, and he's going to die to a skill orb. You hate to see it. We're going to fight in the close quarters, and Card is just going to maul people. He's a big man in a small room with a large hammer.
Can we
Ooh,
get
you
can we
hate
get that
to
as a
see it.
Twitch emote? Not a Twitch. Yeah, can we get that as like a Twitch emote for the league? Just a red,
Just-
black, and
yeah.
gold. You hate to see it.
God, we need that because it just describes our league. DilfHunters went into that fight with a serious ult advantage, and they're going to come out at a bit of an ult disadvantage now. So not able to capitalize on any of that.
With the Sonic arrow, Foxum goes down.
Edgelord getting the opening pick, but Ironbrew dropping all of his mines in that small space. And here comes the Nano and the Coalescence. We're happy by 3. Here comes the Shatter. It's going to go straight into Shaka Khan, who's going to get purpled and then just clobbed. And just 10 seconds left. DilfHunters, they really need to touch here. They switched to the quick picks here. They got 2 seconds. They got a touch. Ooh, and the ball. That's Shaka Khan barely able to touch. It's not going to
Oh,
last
no.
long. It's just going to be the Tracer on point. Oh, and he's down.
I was angled at the
Very-
right position.
A very impressive hold for G-Force.
It was a very good
Dude,
hold.
the second corner on the first point on an escort map. Certainly
Honestly,
impressive.
Honestly, I think the DilfHunters might be beating themselves up a little about this one. They overextended a bit. Shaka Khan was up there going for some last minute damage and got hooked by the hog, and it just went downhill from there.
Absolutely. DilfHunters, they just need to make sure they're in the correct headspace. Just take a deep breath. Remember that everything rides here, but they still need to play their best Overwatch, and they can't just change things up just because the
Ready for
uh,
battle.
stakes are higher. So it's still very winnable, even though it's a pretty short distance, but it's absolutely doable. DilfHunters need to hold
Attackers
this here
incoming
before
in
that
30
second corner
seconds.
in order to force in map 5 and stay alive tonight. G-Force is able to cap. They will take the third map and then be our victor for the evening. They are looking. They're going to go for a Zoo Pals kind of play here with the monkey and the ball. They're going. This is dive.
5,
That's a dive
4,
comp.
3,
It's just a dive
2,
comp.
1. Attackers incoming.
Oh, we love to see it.
It's
They
a
plan on
dive versus the bunker, but they're set up, but the bunker's on the low ground. It'd be really interesting. This might not be a long hold here.
this could go either way.
Here. And here they come. Here comes 2 picks. As DilfHunters are all heal blocked, but they are up by 1 with the serious spawn disadvantage. Here comes another pick from Iron Brew. If they're able to get these slow picks 1 by 1 like that, they're going to win this in about a minute. Foxen just getting in that close space, just wreaking havoc. They're just diving in, and that's going to be it. Just stragglers left, and here comes Foxen with the Dragon Blade. You just got to clean up any stragglers. That's going to be it, barring some miracle, which is not occurring. This is going to be G-Force being your victors for the evening.
Victory.
Okay, 3 to 1.
3, 2, 1. An excellent showing from both teams here. G-Force ultimately proving superior in 4 maps. Here's Iron Brew with final play of the game. Really abusing that small space they're all in. Just enough space for him to do damage, but not enough for everyone to get out of the way.
Hey, shout out to Ayo Chris in the chat for supporting his LB. We love to see that around here. Had to acknowledge that.
So an excellent set of maps from both teams tonight. Shushi Foof, any thoughts on the map we just saw?
I think DilfHunters are kind of boomed. I'll be real with you. They didn't play very well on that last one.
Yeah, I have
They made
to
a lot of
agree.
mistakes, a lot of positional errors, which is why Iron Brew was they were able, or he was able to, dive on someone very easily. So I think they just need to breathe when they're down and not panic, and then they'll be fine.
Absolutely. We were talking earlier on, I think it was after on Hanamura about being in control of your situation and how that affects your mental state. And it really on Hanamura, it had a really negative impact on G-Force trying to run that ball comp into the hydraulic press that can be DilfHunters sometimes. But instead, the tables are turned. Not being in control really kind of caused a lot of unforced errors. And just unfortunate. But a good effort from both teams nonetheless. And we are happy to have been witness to both these games tonight. We are happy that those of you on the internet, you were able to join us for tonight's festivities. We would encourage you once again, if you are able, to join us tomorrow night for the third and final game of this week. That will be the Disciples of Dimitri versus the Knights of Re. The two top ranked teams in our league at the moment, coming in for a battle of the Titan. So if that tickles your fancies, come by this same Twitch channel. That's twitch.tv/PMAOWL at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central tomorrow night. And we will have this absolute blowout of a match, and it's going to be a great time. So let's make sure we'll all be there. Any final thoughts on the evening?
I just want to say thank you all again. Thank you all for watching. And stay safe. Wash your hands.
Wear a mask out in public still.
Please wear a mask. Don't put yourself
Don't
or
go
your
anywhere
family
you
at
don't need to
unnecessary
be.
danger.
Yeah. Flatten that curve as much as you can. Stay safe. Play games with friends because it's good for your mental health to do stuff with friends. And that may include playing Overwatch with some of us. So if you're on, hit us up and we'd be happy to help you out. Shushi Foof, anything else you'd like to add?
Nope. Stay safe.
Excellent. Thank you all for coming in, watching tonight. Make sure you stay tuned for our games tomorrow night and more games next week and the week after, and maybe even the week after if I can remember how to count correctly. So I've been Steckmonster, and I've been joined by Fire Chicken and Shushi Foof, and we want to wish you all a happy and safe evening.